everybody, it's Miss Henderson. Today we're going to learn how to do a block letter word in 1-point perspective. Alright, to get started you're going to need a sheet of grid paper, a ruler, a pencil with an eraser, and some colored pencils or some crayons. I prefer crayons because they spread really well on the paper. It's easy to blend. And this exercise looks really good if in the shadows you blend the letters. Okay, so let's get started. Here's some examples. To get an A on this assignment, you need a word with at least 4 letters. Here is one with 6 letters. You can do a word with up to 7 letters because they're going to be 5 across and 8 down with 1 space in between. Again, that's 5 across and 8 down. Okay, so let's get started. Today we are going to do the word hope. Okay. So what we want to do is you want to skip 3 spaces and then start. So you're going to have 5 across and 8 down. And what I think is a good idea, a lot of my students get confused when they draw block letters. So I want you to go ahead and start with writing the letter the way that is most comfortable to you. And then I want you to take the letter and try to get rid of all 90-degree angles. Okay. So I have my H right here, and you have to do some math here. You have to count and figure out what is the best way to do the letter. So with the P here, you want to take the 8 squares and divide them in half, like this. And the beauty of doing this with a pencil is that if you make a mistake, you can go ahead and erase it. Now, this is our block letter, but it is not yet drawn in 1-point perspective because there's no vanishing point. So we need to go ahead and draw a vanishing point at the bottom of our paper. So you want to find the middle of your word and go down. And so this vanishing point needs to be at or near the very bottom of your paper. Then you are going to take all the points. You don't necessarily have to draw dots. Sometimes I do this with my students, drawing dots, just kind of as a reminder of where are all the points that are going to go to the horizon line. Okay, so let's get started drawing that. So you need your ruler. You want to pivot your ruler to put one line at the dot and another line at the vanishing point. So let's go down and look at the vanishing point. See that? So you're going to hold your ruler firmly and draw a line. Going to pivot it to the other side of the H. Draw a line. Keep going. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time. Craftsmanship counts. All right, once you've drawn all your lines, you're going to look at the top part of your letters. So for example here, the P, the O, the E. I want you to look at this E real quick. This line is technically in the back. It's in the back of the rest of the lines. Therefore, the line's going to stop here. You're not going to have it come down here. If it was going to come down here, that would be really confusing. Now, this end of the P, we're good. There's a teeny sliver that goes here, and again with the O, you have another teeny sliver. These little teeny shadow slivers, are what make things look 3-dimensional. Now, how are we going to color it? I want you to come up with a color scheme. For example, for the letters, I used a warm color scheme. I gathered my materials first and kind of alternated them. Once you alternate the colors, a little bit more interesting things. Then for the shadows, you kind of want to use a darker color, and it's okay to blend. So this kind of orange I don't think is dark enough, so I'm going to go over it with its complement color of green. Okay, so we're going to keep coloring. Now you have some extra space here, over here. It's kind of blank. So what I recommend doing is doing an emoji. I went online and I looked up the hope emoji. So I drew it. And then of course you can see my orthogonal lines going down to the vanishing point. So that way it doesn't stand out. It looks like the rest of the letters. So in order to get an A, your word needs to be completely colored in. The shadows need to be colored in. and it needs to look three-dimensional. Remember, all diagonal lines, these are called orthogonals. All diagonal lines need to go to the vanishing point. Take a picture and upload it to Canvas. Thank you. Bye.